Hey guys, this is Alexis P. Suter, and you're listening to Rock On Radio, baby. You better rock on, Danny.
Watching these three like rock out to the theme song reminded me of that time Paul Nelson came in and he started jamming away to the theme song on his guitar.
That's right.
He's like, I like this.
I was
Welcome.
the same thing.
See?
It's very
Welcome
catchy.
to Rock On Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here.
Here it
And
is.
we're going to zip through the sponsors this evening because I want to get right to this show.
Okay.
All right, because this is a special show.
Yes, it is.
We have a couple of returnees, and we have a newbie.
a newbie.
who-
Well, kind of a newbie.
no, she's a newbie. She's fought me tooth and nail
Nah.
for the last 2 albums.
Well, but she did come to the Christmas
Matter of
party.
fact, if you hear loud knocks
Right?
at the door, don't answer it. It's probably the police. they kidnap. You called me. You said I kidnapped you. I know you did. Welcome to Rock On Radio, which is sponsored by this evening O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey. They're the official caterers of Rock On Radio. Lilla Pies of Princeton.
Woohoo!
Yes, Lilla Pies of Princeton. Inside the Princeton Shopping Center at 301 North Harrison Street. Jen makes wonderful hand grenades of happiness and then forces me to eat them until I explode.
Oh, is that what we're calling it nowadays?
Yeah, I'm due to explode soon.
Gosh.
Or I'm pregnant. One or the other. Either way, Lilla Pies of Princeton.
That's just
They are the
gross.
official dessert provider of Rock On Radio. The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
The Zemlarian has returned from her vacation.
And the blind squirrel.
That's right. So if you go to jsjbf.org, you can see what the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation is up to. And they have republished my letter from my column Thursday
Oh, very nice.
about the Big A show
Mm-hmm.
at Monmouth University.
That was cool. That was a great show.
And it was published on NewJerseyStage.com. If you go to NewJerseyStage.com, you will encounter the finest arts and entertainment magazine, online magazine, for covering all of New Jersey and just beyond that you will ever find. So, NewJerseyStage.com, which is where you can also listen to this program on the PenguinRocks.com, only available through NewJerseyStage.com.
That's right.
And we are here at the two-track studios of Deco Entertainment.
We are.
We is that the first time you ever met Bruce?
In person?
In
yes.
person?
Yes.
He usually sends a stump dummy. Or okay, I'm just checking.
There's other forms of meeting people.
What's a stump dummy?
Don't even ask. Someone to stump for you, I think, right?
Like
I
a
mean,
stand-in?
I don't even know what a stump dummy is. It's kind of like your spare wheel thing. Yeah, spirit
Spare
wheel.
wheel.
The spirit wheel. The Irish
The spirit wheel. That's right. I thought I heard the banshee out there. This could be.
Goodness.
The banshees in here, Danny.
Oh,
Do you know
burn.
nothing?
Well,
Have I
he
taught
could
you
be.
nothing? Have
He
I
could
taught you
be.
nothing?
A lot of spirit.
Phoenix Art Supply and Framing, located on Route 611, Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
So,
Providing fantastic art supplies and framing to Doylestown, Pennsylvania area and beyond. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing. Sinister Footwear. Go to sinisterfw.com and buy any of Tina's crazy, wild, eccentric, nutty socks. And use the promo code DCR socks at checkout, and you will get 10% off of your crazy, wild, nutty socks that you order.
gotcha.
Correct. Dee Dee's Lights. Don't even start. Dee Dee's Lights. Dee Dee is the official chandler of Rock on Radio. She has made all them fabulous candles that we have. And not in here.
I'm going like, wow, there's some magic candles.
I believe
They
that
smell really good.
you have one,
I
right?
have one. They
Correct.
smell really good.
That's right.
Yeah. So
The 2.0
And
one.
they also come with a cover, which is really
Yes.
neat.
And they had a little pop,
Yeah.
like a paint can.
Paint can.
And it says Rock on Radio on the top,
does.
so you can be cool and have your candle to be chill.
Yes.
So you're cool and chill at the same time.
Right. You don't when you took the lid off, you didn't turn it upside down, did you?
Why would I do something so stupid with a lit candle?
I said when you took the lid off.
When I took the lid off, I lit it like a normal
Well,
person.
what'd you do with the lid?
I put the lid to the side.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You didn't turn it upside down, did you?
Did I do something wrong again?
I have no idea.
Well, if you turned it upside down, then they wouldn't see the Rock on Radio.
Who's they?
Whoever she has as house guests.
I was by myself.
Oh, well, then you can do whatever you want with it. Because you know where it came from. Woohoo!
This is getting interestinger and interestinger. Now I'm wondering what am I missing out with the candle?
Another. He probably hit the Jemison before.
Dee Dee's Lights. You can find Dee Dee's Lights on
He doesn't even need that.
social media at Dee Dee's Lights. DeeDeelights. I feel like I almost have to offer her condolences because Ozzy Osbourne passed away, and she actually met Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something of Black Sabbath's or maybe Ozzy's played one of their songs played a prominent role, I think, in the birth of her son
Oh,
somehow.
okay.
Maybe, probably. She heard that and went into labor.
Spoken like a true father.
I used to, when I lived in Los Angeles, I lived on Sunset Plaza Drive, and our backyard was butted up to Ozzy's backyard. And every day, Sharon! Every day. And he would walk down the street, and he was the nicest man.
Yeah.
He was a sweetheart.
Were you by Pat Boone too? Because Pat Boone posted a thing about being a neighbor of
Well, I don't
Ozzy.
know if it's. I don't think he still lives up at Sunset Plaza Drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he was, but he posted.
Hopefully
a thing
he's not
and
there
there's pictures
now.
of him like trimming the hedges with Ozzy Osbourne. It's kind of fun. Go
see.
ahead. You have two more.
Okay, I do. Yeah, and I know we have the official beer provider
Ah,
of
Right.
Rock on Radio,
Didn't bring 'em,
Tyndall
though.
Road Brewery, located on Farnsworth Avenue at number 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown, New Jersey. Go in and ask for Danny's Pick of the Month, and they will give you something. Because
But you haven't picked out this
I
month
haven't
yet.
picked out this month's beer yet. And since July's almost over, I'll wait till August. I think. Just tell them I sent you. Tell them you heard about it on Rock on Radio. And what is our last sponsor, Claire?
Asbury Park Vibes.
Oh, I forgot about Diane. Asbury Park Vibes. You go there, asburyparkvibes.com. They have a incredible staff of 15 photographers who are there to shoot your event or band. They do headshots. They do website bios and press releases. They have a great podcast, Diane and Doug. Check them out at Asbury Park Vibes. And where can they find us, Producer Claire?
We go to dcror.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com.
Excellent. Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock on Radio, the number 2. And Instagram, at Rock on Radio, all one word, all capital letters.
You didn't throw me for a loop this time.
See what this says?
No.
Triple distilled. Now, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You know, that
You like that, isn't that,
That
what it
makes
always
it
says?
smooth.
triple distilled.
That makes it smooth.
Yeah.
I married a chemist. I know my stuff.
And I understand that.
But haven't you seen that label before?
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, but it's hard to read it when it's like this.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to mess with you. They had a new one, and
Ooh.
it was triple something. And I was like, what is this? But it was whiskey mixed with sherry. And I was like, if I bring that into Danny Coleman, I'll go flying out the door with
Oh,
the bottle
sherry.
behind
Who's
me.
Sherry?
Sherry is a drink.
Oh, that.
Whiskey
I thought it was
and
a
sherry.
song. Oh, Sherry.
I'm sure it's a song.
It
So
was
is Whiskey
by,
in the Jar.
What's
Steve
his
Perry.
face? Yeah, thank you. I had the Steve in my head. I couldn't remember the last name. That was actually a really cool video. Steve Perry of Journey did that song. All right, well, let's get right to our guests.
Took an hour.
For those who haven't figured it out already,
Don't make him say how long.
we have two artists with us who have brand new recordings that one is out and the other just came out July 25th.
On Friday, yeah.
And we have their producer and limo driver here. we have Brielle Brown, Helen O'Shea, and Marc Swersky live at the 2 Track Studios of Deco Entertainment. What'd you do? Leave on like Monday?
Well, I was
You don't have to answer that.
I will. I was in the studio, and I may have walked out the door a hair bit late, and I may have got home and
A little later.
a little later, and
Well, we were worried
here
about
you
you.
are.
my brother said the drive would take an hour, and he lied.
Wow. Well, we are glad that you are here.
Yes.
And we are
It's
thrilled.
worth the trip.
We are thrilled to have you.
Could somebody
And-
call?
and he's-
Could somebody call O'Connor's if they're the official
some
food
food?
people? Bring it on!
They're a little far away, unfortunately.
Problem is, and they live south.
Okay.
They live in Burlington County.
Okay.
Eat up your chocolate, Mark.
I'm okay. I'm joking.
But I wanted on the record that he is a really good limo driver. He's
Oh,
very
good.
patient.
Yes.
If my husband had been in that car with the two of us, sorry, Brielle, we would have been dumped out on the side of the road and left behind.
Yeah,
Well,
she
if that was
very
very-
tame.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, I see. You were on your. That was your best behavior. Okay, noted. Duly noted.
That could be. There we go. That works better that
Now
way.
I can hear.
That's right. Now we can hear.
Am I working? Oh, yeah.
I know you're quiet, but
Now, for those of you who were maybe wondering a little bit, yes,
we have
2
no
weeks ago
bananas.
we had Marc Swersky on.
That's right, we did. Library edition.
I went to visit Mark at Doug Deep Productions, and we interviewed you and Jack. And so when this came up again, I said, absolutely. Because I don't get to do this
No.
Yeah.
that often.
Yeah.
And I am so glad you're here. And Helen, of course, you've been here more times than we can both count.
Many
over the
times,
years.
and every time has been an absolute blast. I cannot recommend highly enough to any artist out there. If you have not had the luxury of hanging out with these two, you need to get on the list as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the list is
What she said.
yeah.
There's a list. We have a list.
yeah. Begins
Shoot.
with S.
You've been holding out on me. There's a list.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
well,
tell me, like, who's coming.
That's
We
it.
do have a calendar.
We have a calendar that we update regularly.
It's true. Yeah,
See?
you do now.
I do.
Every once in a while, I do too.
Hey, I'm old, fat, and retired. I got all day to update the calendar.
That's it.
So-
That's your job.
And then we have Brielle, who I had to kidnap, as I said,
That's
to
right.
have her thrown in the back of the limo with the driver.
Well, he was in the front.
Well, it's true.
You don't want him in the back.
Very true. So welcome to Rock On Radio, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.
So, since I don't want to play favorites, we'll start with Mark. How's that?
See, I thought you were going to start with Brielle because she's the guest of honor because it's her first time here.
Well, we could do that.
I'm not telling you what to do. This is your show.
Since when?
Show. Well, can I just say one thing about the show you did with Mark and Jack?
Yes.
I listened to that show, and I'm telling you, Danny, it was like a master class in how to prepare for a producer, how to prepare for the studio, what works, what doesn't work, and what they can do for you. I just was mesmerized. And I know the studio well, and obviously I've worked with Marc for 10 years. But that show, I was like, that should be put up somewhere for every aspiring artist to listen to. There was more value in that hour than in multiple textbooks on how to prepare for the studio, in my humble opinion.
You think so?
Yes.
There you go.
No, I appreciate that.
And that was the show.
I don't know if I can go on after that.
She gets to the top of the list now.
Exactly right. Woo!
Well, yeah. First off, Marc, I love when you invite me to the studio.
Every and any time.
It's always fun hanging out in there and recounting both your careers, yours and Jack's. And have you talked to him, by the way?
I was with him all day long.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I said to say
okay.
hi. Yeah.
He made you late.
No, he didn't.
Let's blame Jack.
No, we're not gonna blame Jack.
Jack Daniel.
No, don't blame that one either.
That may be what you blame.
True story. I'm a squire. Darn it.
You're a squire?
I'm a Tennessee squire.
That's right. You
That's
own a little
right.
tiny piece of the
I own a plot in a hollow somewhere.
of the distillery.
That's
yes.
right.
There's a song in there somewhere.
I went to the
Down in the
distillery
holler.
back in September of last year, and I mentioned that I'm a squire. Oh, right this way, Mr. Coleman. They took me down to the Lem Motlow house, and they were giving me all kinds of free stuff and then discounts at these other places, and they're like, anytime, Mr. Coleman, you just come right on back now, you know.
Down
I'm
in
like,
the
oh, my,
holler
my.
with Daddy J.
See?
Tomorrow we're playing today. It's a song in there somewhere.
Well, you need to team up with Mr. Swersky and write that.
Right.
We really should.
We really should.
All good.
So, well, you tell Jack I said hello as well.
You know what? I will.
Of course, I heard that the Red Rocks went really well.
Yeah, he said it was. He said he's done about everything, and he said he has to put that venue and the experience on the highest of the list of what it was.
Well,
and he
that's
said
what-
the show was just incredible. He said he couldn't believe it was completely sold out, and he said just the people were going crazy. And he said the tour is going absolutely fantastic.
That's what Ben Wilson, a blues traveler, I had talked to him, and then he called the show a couple weeks ago. And he was saying the Red Rocks, for whatever reason, they do really well there.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, you go there for sound check and you look around, and it's like, wow, it's really cool. He said, and then you step out on stage with all those people, and he said it was like a religious experience. You know? He goes, it's something that everybody should do. That's great. So, Brielle, when are you opening at the Red Rocks?
I'm trying to get her open up on the rocks on the back porch. I can't even get that.
I'm
It's going
going
to be a fun 2 hours.
And tomorrow I'll get a rock thrown at me.
from the back porch.
I'm turning my phone off tomorrow. I'm scared now. You have me scared.
Now, I kind of, you know, you, Brielle, are kind of like only my observations, which of course are wrong most times.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your support, producer Claire. But you seem to me to be like a reluctant rock star.
Wow. That's interesting.
Because
Because you could be a rock star.
because you have these two, right, great albums.
Thank you.
Yet, if I said to you, when are you playing the Red Rocks, you'd be like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't seem to want to gig. You don't seem to want to put a band together. You don't seem to want to. God, it took me, how long did it take me to get her to come on this radio show, right?
I've got nothing to do with this.
So,
But you're amazing, and your music is
Thank
just
you.
incredible. So,
Thank
and
you.
your video is really good. Oh, you did several videos, haven't
Yes,
you?
yeah.
The dancing one I love.
Thank you so
great.
much.
You have this great voice. We share the same birthday. There's nothing
true.
but positives coming from this. So what is Brielle's story? Go ahead, tell us. You got this great voice.
Thank you. Well, I did gig for a very long time back in my early 20s. You know, I did that whole
I never knew that.
singer-songwriter thing. I moved out.
cool.
I'm a theater girl
Okay.
at heart. You know, I grew up in the theater, acting, singing, and dancing every day of my entire life, and ended up in the entertainment business. Went from New York to LA in my early 20s, and I did that whole singer-songwriter circuit and learned a lot and honed my skills, and very grateful for that time in my life. And, you know, I got into writing for other artists and got into artist development and started to really fall in love with helping other artists rise, because I always knew about myself. I loved being on stage and I loved singing, but I would much rather let the spotlight shine on somebody else. And I really like had to say to myself, okay, I have to be honest with myself. Like, do I really want to be that person, you know, in the forefront out there? And my answer after many, many years of doing it was like, I think maybe not, you know? But I'm at a totally different part of my life now, and I'm doing this for very different reasons. And so I think that it's a blessing to be able to make those decisions now. Like, yeah, I want to do that. Okay, I'll do the radio show tonight. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, you know? Or, you know, I'm going to skip on that, or I'm going to skip on that. It just feels so great to be in a position where I can make the music that I want to create and, you know, play with the people that I want to play with and, you know, create and collaborate, and then decide when I want to go out and not feel like, okay, I have to do this gig, I have to do that gig. Because as a mom of young kids, it's also really hard because I really want to be there with them.
True.
You know?
Yeah. That makes sense. And you've done it too. So,
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
yeah. That's cool.
I think
Can I say something?
don't want to speak for Danny. Oh, let you go first. You go first. In case I say the wrong thing.
Yes,
Can I
go
say
ahead.
something?
Yeah.
You may.
He's raising his
well,
hand.
It depends.
Brielle says it depends.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
When
Yes, you in the black shirt. Yeah, go ahead.
the guy in the black shirt,
You can put your hand down now.
when the person to my right wants to, she'll go on the stage, usually backing up somebody, and love singing, love putting her energy and everything into it. And it's like, this person's been hiding because like, it's the theater. I hate like almost the theater girl comes out that want to be a part of an ensemble. And I think if Brielle was part of an ensemble, it would probably be different, if that makes any sense. But we you know, a few years ago, at the Saint, we got asked to do something. It was very spur of the moment. We went up. We did a couple songs. It wasn't about it's the lead up that stops it from happening. You know,
There's a lot that has to probably be lined up in order to
Yeah,
for it to
it's
happen.
not. You know, I love performing. I love singing, and I will be doing shows. And I just think this, when I set out to finally put my music out as an artist and not just as, you know, a songwriter working with other artists, or, you know, I had film and TV like sync kind of deals where I was writing on spec. You know, this is like my project now, my
It's
baby,
your
and
soul.
yeah, and I
It's your soul.
feel for me it's so personal, and I really love the writing process. I really love the recording process and the learning and like actually really diving into a subject to create an album and a body of work. And to me, that's like at the forefront, you know. And the shows will come and the gigs will come. It just for me, it just has to be the right time, and I have to feel like, okay,
Inspired.
I want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what I was going to say, and I hope I'm not reading your mind, is coming from
I hope not either.
Probably a good thing.
coming from, like, I'm a huge fan of Brielle Brown, and that's, people know that all over from the first album. Like, I nearly fell off the chair when I heard the first album. The second one means so much to me, and Brielle knows why. I'm not going to go into it here. But when you hear such a spectacular album, such a beautiful body of work and how it links together and everything, the true music fan or the true fan of what she's doing, you're craving a live show, you know. So it's, I hate to say this, but it's not about you now. It's about, you brought it out into the world And now the world is going, I really want to see her perform these songs live. I want to feel the live experience, and I want to be there when she does her shows. So we're kind of waiting in the wings and kind of greedy. And I guess, that's what it's like for audiences or fans. You hear something, you love it, and the next logical step is, I would love to hear the artist share that live, So that's where I'm coming from, at least when I'm bugging her. Are you doing a show? Are you doing a show? Are you doing a show on the album? So just so you know where I'm
you
coming
bug her?
from. Pardon me?
You bug her? I can't imagine.
Please don't let her answer that question.
You know what, though?
No.
I'm going to say something about. Listen, I'm a musician. Before I became a songwriter and a record producer, I played bass in tons of bands. I did sessions for everybody, and there was a time where I liked doing that. And come my mid 30s, I was like, I don't like doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want and the role in my life turned. And now I recently got asked by a couple different people, you feel like playing bass live? And my answer will be the same thing all the time. And Jack asked me, dude, do you want to play? Because he would probably refer me to gigs. And it's like, do I have to rehearse? And do I have to learn the songs? Because that does not feel exciting to me. But if I go to a club and there's somebody's playing some blues songs or something, and I just know it's 1-4-5, and I can have a shot of tequila and go on stage and do it, I'm there in 2 seconds, because I could do that in my sleep. But if wait a minute.
No, go ahead.
But if somebody asked me to go play guitar, I might do it quicker, because the bass was my thing. But playing guitar is like, okay, let's have fun. And to me, it's not that enjoyable at the end of the day. So, and my better half will tell you, I don't remember, after I'm done creating a song, I can barely remember it. It's like it's like trying to remember what I did is not
Well, there are two things there. Number one, I'm glad your doctor doesn't think that way.
probably does.
If I got to practice this, what the heck? I ain't doing this. And number two, though, I'm going to go way back in Brielle's initial answer, and because it almost came out of my mouth while you were talking, and I didn't let it come out. Wow. What I mean by wow is you are the first person in over 16 years that has ever come into this show and say what you said about performing and the songwriter and singer and just
And that's a good thing.
and just be honest that you weren't doing it for other reasons. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And because so many times I have people come in here and they all give you the same lie. Oh, I'm not doing this for fame and fortune or money, or I'm not, I don't expect to be famous, or I don't. Well, really, what are you doing? You just plan on taking a tour from the couch to the bed to what are you doing? Why are you doing this then? Well, why did you just drop $10,000 on a CD? Why, if you don't want anything to come from it, be honest, tell the truth. Maybe you just want licensing agreements. I don't know, but at least be honest. And so that was actually refreshing.
Thank you.
Well, it's nice to know that you actually had, but you've had that too. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You've experienced it, and you
Yes.
don't necessarily need to chase that.
Yes,
So.
and I've had a lot of those conversations with myself, over the years, and it's like, at this point, I want to do things that I want to do, 100%, and
Because you can too.
and and when I want to do it, I promise you, I will let you know.
I might not know, but you guys will all know.
All right, good.
We'll get the scoop.
Also, is it,
And if I have to know, I'm gonna have to learn how to play the songs, and that's a whole nother story.
And you better not screw up if it's Brielle songs.
Well, then here's a tip,
can promise you I
Brielle, for
will.
you. You need to hire a bass player and let him play guitar. That's the only way.
Believe me.
We happen to know a really great bass
Yes.
player who actually might play.
nice. There you go. But the thing is, too, is you're also in the time. I mean, I have 4 daughters, and you're at that point in your life where takes precedence, and you'll never get that again. So you get to enjoy that too, and your music, which is really nice. So,
and they're 10, going on 11, and they're very busy, and so every night that you're not home with them, it feels like extremely overwhelming trying to deal with the logistics and this and that, and it's just I say to myself, this is like a short chapter. And there's going to be another chapter, and, I'm open to whatever
ready.
comes.
Yeah, she'll tell you, don't blink.
Yeah.
Oof.
I feel it. I feel it.
I have one getting married
It's if
next year.
It's just insane.
I know.
I'm officiating the wedding.
You are not. Are you? I don't even know. She's a very small wedding. I don't even know if you'll be there.
But lily pies will be.
Should we give you guys a moment?
No. Very small.
I have gathered you here today to drink shots of Jameson.
Oh, you definitely won't be there then.
If anybody objects,
Me.
oh, there you go. Typical. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. I have Brielle Brown, Helen O'Shea, and Marc Swersky here in the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment. Well, Brielle, what is this album called?
In Art and Soil the Same.
In Art and Soil the Same. Interesting title.
Thank you.
Things Grow. Is this where we're heading with that, or what are we talking about?
Very much so.
Okay. Is this because...
Germinating.
Is this...
It's a big word. It works.
It's a very big word.
Can you spell it
Yes. Yes.
and use it in a sentence?
Yes. You've never heard the word germinating? Really? You got to be kidding me.
It's not as bad as it sounds, Danny.
Seeds germinate. Ideas germinate.
Well, there, I have never have any ideas, so that's
No, that's probably why.
none that anybody like anyway. Yes, I know what germinating means.
Okay, then don't
So
question me.
the
Ooh, the temperature just dropped.
wow.
So, Brielle,
You think it's easy, Mr. Swersky?
Oh, it
keep
is.
You
my
think
mouth
it's
shut.
easy?
Oh, carry on.
So anyway, so go ahead. Tell me about the album title
So it actually,
before I germinate.
Yes, it actually came from a press quote from The Well, my last
Okay.
EP, which said that they felt that I was trying to tether all life together in art and soil the same. And I just thought, wow, that is just a beautiful way to describe how I go about things as an artist and how I move through the world as an artist. And I truly do believe that artists are very connected, obviously, to the earth and, to the world around us, because we're constantly observing and, we have to be aware of our surroundings, and, we're connected to the divine. And, so I thought, wow, that's a place to dig in there.
Nice.
Okay. Well, do we have a cut from that?
You have all the cuts from
What would
that.
you like us to play from there?
What do you think?
You know
I
what?
like the one about the bluebird.
Up. The producers taking charge.
Bluebird one.
I'm not
Oh, that's blessing.
blessing.
I like that.
Yeah. I would play. It's the first track on the record.
And it's called
Blessing.
Blessing. Do you want to preface this in any way, or should we let it rip?
Let it rip.
Let it rip. Brielle Brown off the album called,
In art and soil the same.
and this is Let It Rip.
Blessings.
Oh, blessings.
So not. It is so not. Let it rip.
Oh, it's just,
When the story breaks, you don't cry. When the hands they shake, you don't cry. When you fall from grace, you don't cry. When the waters rise, you don't cry. But when the bluebird sings, you sing along. When the bluebird sings, song, and it sounds like one for the generations, one for the conversation, one for the situation. What's going on? One for the harmony, and one for the child who needs, one for the one who can't sing along when the bluebird sings. May you still find peace in the dark. May you still find light through the fog. May you seek those who sit in silence. May you seek those who dream through the violence and sing along when the bluebird sings. Sing a song, and it sounds like one for the generations, one for the conversation, one for the situation. What's going on? One for the harmony, and one for the child who needs, one for the one who can't sing along when the bluebird sings. Yeah, sing, yeah. Na 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 na. Sing, na 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 na. Sing, na 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 na. Sing, na 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 na. Sing.
There we go. Apparently, that's not Let It Rip. Brielle Brown.
But we did let it rip, so.
Off her record. When was the record released?
June 27th.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
Birthday.
Excellent. That's right. Heck of a weekend that was. Excellent.
That's right. You guys share a birthday.
Wait, do we share a birthday?
Didn't we mention that at the beginning
Yeah.
of the show?
Yeah, June 26th.
June 26th. That's right.
That's correct. See?
Happy birthday.
Yes, to you as well. So, websites, social media, what's the best way to find you, Brielle?
So my website is briellebrown.creative.com, and I'm on, Instagram, all the places at Brielle Brown.
Okay. Now, while blessings, thank you. Go ahead, laugh.
Just
Claire.
one blessing.
One blessing.
Or blessing.
Singular.
Oh, my Lord. I can't get it.
Danny.
Let her
Have another shot.
I should open this bottle is what I should do. For those of you at home, Ms. O'Shea came with her complimentary bottle of Jemison.
It wasn't. It was not complimentary. I bought it.
It was,
It
it was his.
Well, you
was
see,
not
where
I owe you money
complimentary.
now.
from, no. Where I come from, complimentary means free.
Well,
Free to him.
did you? Have you never, Helen? Have you never heard that joke?
Oh, no.
Have you never heard that joke about there was a very attractive woman sitting at a bar, and there was another guy sitting a few stools away, and
That's a song. That's I Hope I Don't Fall in Love with You with Tom Waits.
yes, he might have been the one that did this joke, and all of a sudden the woman hears, "My, your eyes are beautiful." She looks around. 2 seconds later, she hears, "You are such an attractive woman." She looks away, looks around, and then she hears, "I hope you'll be around for a while because you're so pleasant." Finally, she goes over to the guy at the bar and she says, "Hey, buddy, what are you trying to do here? Are you talking to me?" He goes, No. What are you talking about?" He goes, "I heard them things you said to me." And the bartender comes over and says, "It's the beer nuts. They're complimentary."
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
See?
I'm stealing that one. Yeah.
So this was,
Complimentary.
complimentary. It's looking at me
Complimentary, yeah.
saying, "Come on, big boy, open me up."
Well, it's with love. Complimentary with love.
So Meanwhile, back at the ranch. So while that was blessing was going out over the air,
Correct.
Helen was alluding to the fact that you have your hands into more than just your music. You doing things, and your website was Brielle Brown Creative, right?
Yes.
What's the creative?
That's a good question.
It's a blessing.
So I have been in artist development for 14 years now, and started kind of fell into it and created this role where I felt was very lacking in the independent music world. It was kind of when the record companies were just all faltering, and nobody was developing artists anymore, and so everybody, people were looking for people to come in and help them with not only their music but also their brand narrative, their bios, their help get all the assets together for their publicists. And artists really have, I think, a lot of artists have a hard time with that, because they think like, oh, brand, what do I do with my brand? Like, what is that? What colors do I like? I don't have a logo and this and that. So, I kind of started working with the artists that we were writing with, and just felt very natural to me. And I think it was because of my background in the entertainment business and my background in music therapy, and kind of brought all of my worlds together. So I've been a creative director, creative producer, and somebody that develops independent artists and jump starts their brands for a while now. And it's been really wonderful. And I really like, and it goes back to how we were talking about performing. Like, I get so much joy out of watching the artists that I work with that came to me and like, a t-shirt with like nothing and no website, and then all of a sudden I see them on stage with huge crowds and getting, looked at by labels and distribution companies and getting deals, and I'm like, you look like a rock star. And that to me brings me so much joy. So it's been great.
Excellent.
It's awesome.
See, that's kind of what you and I, Claire, were discussing on the way here.
Oh, that's what we do.
Now, I was asked for a second time by an online magazine to interview, and they asked me to pick the topic I wanted to focus on, and the topic was, have I found my purpose? And I never expected this radio show to last 6 months, let alone almost 17 years. And it was kind of funny, because they asked me, do I think I've found my purpose? And it took me to a couple of years ago, I think, to actually find my purpose. I've never thought, and I'm going to sound contradictory to my own self, but
you don't start crying.
I never reached, I never thought that this show would reach the level of where, like a national radio personality or a Sirius XM or, something that I could be heard all over the world. Because I always concentrated on the local artists. Because I remember when I was 16 and I heard myself on the radio for the first time, how numb I went from head to toe. And it took a Facebook message from a gentleman by the name of Jerry Monk a couple of years ago, who, out of the blue, just lauded what the music community takes away from this program and the amount of things that I do to support them. And I realized that's my purpose. Mm-hmm. That's my purpose. My purpose isn't to be rich and famous or somebody of national stature. My purpose is to help the locals, the little guys, and to make them exactly what you just said, Brielle. If they could sell one more ticket, I said that from the beginning on this program. If they can come in my show and they could sell one more ticket, one more CD, or get one more fan, then I did my job.
100%.
That's what it's about.
And so hearing that again is refreshing, because sometimes you really get. What do I always tell you? My greatest pleasure is watching young artists like Taylor Tote and Sophia,
Samantha Spano.
Samantha Spano come in here when they're 15 years old, and now they're these incredibly talented, beautiful young women who have careers of their own. And it's like, wow, I remember when they came in here, the guitar was bigger than them.
Yeah.
We've had a few of those.
That's what it's all about, being of service. And I think that's like the word for me. you
Right.
know?
And I think
how can I
knowing
serve?
your gifts too, and that's something that your desire is. Both of you are very talented at what you do. So
Well, and now I can't, I only do it, I've only seen it in this setting. Now, Mark, I mean, you have worked with artists who you've taken from that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Where they come to you.
A few.
But, so that's a whole different perspective that I'm sure you have.
I don't necessarily think it's, listen, we're all artists. We are all artists. We all, if we keep ourselves open, we're here to receive stuff. And then we just decide how we want to, push it around.
Disperse it.
And I
Manifest,
guess
yeah.
a big part of being, listen, it's not easy. It is not easy. And it's, my thing is being an artist is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It takes time. And, I can go back to, Brielle's record. These songs have been kicking around for a couple of years and like Some Blessing, Brielle heard of me fumbling on something, and she, I remember her come put the head and go like, "What is that?" And then I blinked, and she had this beautiful song from this piece of music, but that's being open and honest to things, and I will say this for Brielle in artist development, she's very open. She gives, she takes, she's very. How can I put this? Brielle, there's a thing in the world of creativity called having a third eye. Brielle has the third eye. She could see it really, right down, really quickly, really everything. She gets it. She puts a perspective on it right away. When she believes in something, there's no swaying in it. It's just, it's that. She knows what she's doing. She's, we had to make a video for an artist one day. I'll do it. And she just is a director on a video. It's like having the ability to take all of this and do it is not for the faint of heart. And, she has an incredible amount of empathy. And that part of that empathy is what she gives it to the artist. And none of this is easy, but it is always about, do you have the ability to help others? Because this business is mostly a me
I was
business.
gonna say, yeah.
And the me,
It's rare. It's very
the
rare.
me is not fun.
No.
Now, Helen has been she's been in our lives for 10 years now, and she watched this artist development thing grow. And Helen came to me in that manner. And, and we spent 9.5 years doing this. And then the last half year, she's been in Brielle's hands. For 9.5 years, I helped create the music. I helped shepherd her through this process. I will tell everybody, when you start talking about it, it took 9.5 years for Helen to make her defining record. She has just made her defining record. But I will say this, the last 6 months with working with Brielle, I think have been just as defining as the 9.5 years of making the record. Because I think Brielle has helped her to find a whole nother side of what it takes to be an artist and what it takes to, there's more to it. And that's a talent to be able to take, it's not a 15-year-old, artist here. This is a woman who's lived a life. And Brielle, to get through to her, to help her teach her how to do that. I've watched Brielle now do it for 15-year-olds, and I've watched her do it for 49-year-olds.
Give or take.
And my point is, it's not easy to do that. And back in the day, when the record business and the creativity, when the entertainment business wasn't about the almighty dollar, There were people who did that. It's a lost cause. There's a lost art to do that right now. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, no, the major labels don't have it.
Major labels, I got news for you. Indie labels don't have it. It's not there anymore. You know,
And you know what the indie artist doesn't understand, because my life before this was in medicine, so I don't have Marc's experience. But you make a record, you put it out. Who hears it? Like every record I made, I just made it. I put it out. Marc kept saying to me, you got to get behind this record. You got to get this, that, and the other. I'm like, I'm broke. I'm done with the studio. I have not a penny left to my name. But for this particular record that we just did, everyone in the studio, every cut we did, every collaboration we did is like, this record is something. So I said to my husband, I said, look, this may be the last thing I do in my life, because I'm 50 plus, as you know.
49 plus.
Well, I made it 50 plus just to round it up, Marc, but you're very kind. But, you know, getting behind the record has been so exciting for me, because I've never had this experience. And we've put out some really good records, but they've just gone out into the wilderness. And for any artists that are listening, don't make the mistakes I did. If you're going to go into the studio, spend a lot of money, use, you know, part of your soul, as Brielle says, and put it out there. Just make sure that you put it out there on a vehicle that's going to take it where it's supposed to go. So I meet up with Brielle, and to be fair to Marc, Marc could have said to me, you need to be working with Brielle, you need to be working with Brielle. He didn't. He let me come to it in my own time. And I think Brielle and I said when we first met, timing is everything. Like, I've been aware of what she does. She's been aware of me driving her husband crazy in the studio. But the time that we came together was kismet. It was exactly the right time. And like, if I can just for a moment say what it's like to work with, you know, a person who's helping you direct the other dimensions of your artist career, but not just a person like Brielle. The word that he used was empathy. I would use the word hand-holding. From day one, I went to Brielle and I'm like, I want to make a video. And she's like, hold your horses. Let's talk a little bit more about who are you? What's your brand? What's your... And I'm sitting at the other side of the table. I think it was at Starbucks. And I was like, I do not know the answer to any of these questions. And I'm not a stupid person, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So cut to 5 months later, I now have the best bio I ever had in medicine or in music. And we did the photo shoot, which was so much fun. And because I've put on weight, she had to hold my hand through the whole thing. She had to come shopping with me to J. Crew. She had to tell me, you're going to look okay. And then the photo goes up this week. And like, I never had that kind of response from Facebook or Instagram or anything before. You know, people are like, this is just wonderful. And I know I'm like X number of pounds overweight, and I didn't want to do the photo. I kept saying, let me lose weight, let me lose weight. She's like, you're gorgeous, you're fine, you're a rock star. Let's get the photo shoot done. So we got it done, and it was a fabulous experience. And I was so nervous. I don't think to this day, Brielle, you know how nervous I was. But then last night I'm texting her and I don't realize what time it is. She's like, well, I'm on my way to the beach with the kids, but you should do A, B, C, and D. So I go off to do A, B, C, and D. And of course I screw it up. I got A and B right. And then C, I get this morning, LOL. That's not how you put a link on stories. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So it's hand holding, and it's on a daily basis. And I have just loved every single minute that I've gotten to work with this angel. And the fact that she's such a beautiful artist at the same time, who has not just produced a CD with singles in it. It's the way the whole thing is meshed together. I mean, I hope Danny has time to ask you about how the songs mesh together in the chapters and everything. So to be taken care of in a dimension that I'm not familiar with. And, you know, I have 2 or 3 degrees. I'm not stupid, but I'm very ridiculous when it comes to the things that she's trying to teach me. And to learn that from somebody with so much empathy, with the hand-holding ability, allowing me to be myself, because, you know, I'm old and I'm stubborn, right?
No.
And I've been able to be myself through this whole process. And it has just been an absolute joy to work with you, and long may we run. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Helen.
Very nice.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
I feel the same.
So what is the title of this album, which was released on the 25th of July?
It's the single that's being released. The first
single. When's the album?
The album's coming out on March 6th.
We're going to have to wait.
In the Irish month of March.
Oh.
March 6th, 2026.
But there's it's an Irish record.
It's an Irish record. And
I find it very clever, too, but Are we not going to talk about the actual
I'm
name
going
of
to
the
talk
album?
about that, but I want to tell Danny that what came out on Friday is the single, and we have to talk about that separately because it features the lady Brielle on my right-hand side, features your great pal Joe Weimer, your other love of your life Fiona Tyndall
Oh my
of
God.
Danny Boy fame, and Sharon Lasher. So all of us were in the studio together, all five
fun.
women.
I want to go to
This
Fiona's
guy's-
CD release party in Ireland. It's
She'll do one
it's
here
like
too, though.
tomorrow.
She'll do one here. I think it's in. It's
It is.
actually.
It's like soon.
No, it's in September. It's the beginning of September. But I'm pretty sure. I don't want to speak for Fiona, but I'm pretty sure she'll be doing some release parties here when she comes.
He just wants to
back.
go to Ireland.
Yeah. Well, I got news for you. If you do it here at Deco with that drive to get here, you might as well be in Ireland.
It
The
does
rolling
feel like
hills.
that. It does. Yes.
But anyway, the single that came out on Friday is called "Dense Water Deep Down," and it's a song written by Sinead O'Connor. So that brings me, as Claire said, to the concept for the album. The album is called "Songs in the Key of O," and it has 3 songs by Sinead O'Connor, 3 songs by Dolores O'Riordan, and 6 songs by Helen O'Shea, most of which were written with Marc Swersky.
Swersky.
Swersky, yeah, Marc Swersky. And Brielle then, the first thing Brielle taught me was about waterfalling singles and, you know, having a certain amount of time in between them. And I'm not telling tales out of school because it's different for every artist, and every artist you work with, you do a blueprint for them that's private to them. So for me, it was a certain amount of time between the singles. So we have Dense Water that came out on Friday, and then on August 22nd, we have the song that Mark and I wrote for Dolores O'Riordan. It's called Rock and Roll Angel. So that's coming out in August. And then after that, I can't remember the order, but I know Chaos is coming out. And then we have a song that we both wrote for Sinead O'Connor called Cage Birds. Now, Cage Birds features Liam O'Wayne Lee, who's with the Hot House Flowers in Ireland. And the one for Dolores features Barry Murphy from Hermitage Green. So 2 really well-known Irish singers are singing on both of those songs. And then we're dropping singles. That the reason why we dropped Dense Water Deep Down last week is because...
No, it's this week.
Yeah,
It just was.
Friday.
Oh,
today's
okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
It just
It
got
just
dropped.
My bad.
So the reason for that was because poor Sinead
Let her rip.
it's going to be 2 years since the day that Sinead passed.
Oh.
So we deliberately put out her song to honor her on the date of her passing. And then the song that we wrote for her we're putting out the week of her birthday. We figured that would be nice.
I
to
didn't
put out a
remember.
song
You
we'd
did,
wrote- we
you
wrote
did
for her.
feel that way.
And we're putting out the song for Dolores that we wrote for Dolores' birthday. And then on Dolores' anniversary of her death, we're putting out the last song she ever recorded. It was called Lost. And if you listen to the documentary or, you know, the interviews with the guys in the Cranberries, they said that when they were cutting that last album in the end, the very last song that they cut was Lost because they all were so upset because it really reflected how she was at the time. So we decided that we would put that out on the anniversary of her passing in January. And then in February we have the single with the Carlisle Family Band. I wrote a song with Caroline Carlisle, who you know, we had the Carlisles in here when they were visiting last time. And so I wrote a song with Caroline and Jay, and it's called There Will Be Days. So that comes out in February, and then the album comes out in March. So we have a waterfall of singles between now and then.
Cascading.
Cascading, that's a good word.
Well, the single that arrived on July 25th
Yes.
is called.
Dense Water Deeper Down.
Okay. You want to talk about it before we let Claire run it? Or
I think,
Before
you
we
know,
let it rip.
let it rip.
well, we're not going to play Let It Rip twice in one show.
Great song.
So the thing
Knew I should
about
have
the
wrote
song
something
was
down.
Mark was very good to me in preparing for this album because I told him years ago I wanted to make this album, you know, that concept. And he just let me off, and I said I need to listen to every single song Sinead ever recorded and every single song Dolores ever recorded. It took me months. But I ended up picking the 3 songs that I felt resonated best with me. Like, they're not their most popular songs, but they're the 3 songs that I felt that I could do justice to in the studio. And I sent them to Marc, and he agreed immediately. He was like, these are going to work. I already hear what I'm going to do with them, because his mind just goes and he already knows before we go in the studio what's going to happen. But for this particular song, he said, Helen, I'm hearing a choir of girls, many girls, lots of girls. I'm like, Marc, are you high? And he's like, no. But, just think for a minute. And I didn't understand a word he was saying. I was like, we don't need girls, more money. Oh, my God, what am I going to do? And I definitely want to have my friends if I'm having people come into the studio. And you'll hear the result. I mean, he was absolutely right, as he always is. Like, I push back on a lot, but eventually I come around to the rational way of thinking. And he's always right. Remember when you said to drop the bridge in Fairy Tale of New York? I thought you had lost your marbles. I'm like, there's no way we can drop that bridge. Then we get a tweet from your man,
Steve Lillywhite.
Steve Lillywhite. He tweets, love this version. Drop bridge, great idea.
And he produced the original.
Wow.
It was his wife singing on it.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kirsty.
Yeah.
Wow.
The late
So-
Kirsty McCall. But anyway, the story is they came in. There was more laughing that day than I've ever had in the studio, because I usually am quite serious, except when we're tracking. When we're just tracking vocals, I can act the maggot and do whatever I want. But usually when I'm singing, I'm very serious. I don't eat. I don't speak to anyone. I'm like, let me get this done. Not like this one who just waltzes in and does it like, oh, I do this every day. It's not a problem. Oh, yeah. You want me to hit that note? Oh, yeah. You want me to sing these harmonies? No problem. That's Brielle Brown I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Brielle Brown. So when she does do her show, you don't be an idiot and miss it. You better get out there and see her live. But so we had, as I said, Joe, Fiona, Brielle, Sharon and myself, and your man conducting us all. And then Brielle was passing notes to Sharon and helping Sharon. And then Fiona was helping me. And then Joe was like, I guess, helping everybody. But it was a real gathering of girls,
Which is an interesting thing, because Brielle, Fiona have these like angelic type voices, and then Lasher and Weimer have like
Yeah.
like a
Power.
like a dump truck in a nitroglycerin factory. Like,
Yeah, but
they're just and,
exactly.
and I loved it when he.
I never thought of that before, Danny. I never thought of that comparison before.
Well,
I
Marc
did.
sent me that. Unbeknownst to you, Marc sent me that when it was done. He's like, you got to hear this, and what did I say to you? That should be the first single.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard anything else. I just said that should be the first single.
Well, you got your wish.
See?
It's the first single, and we've had a little bit of press in Ireland already, and we're just hoping that people like it as much as we did. At the end of the day, we talked about Brielle's raison d'etre, and I was thinking, I'm not one of these people, regardless of how much I spend in the studio, that wants to be famous or wants to be on the top of everybody's lips. I want the songs I write to get to the people who need to hear them, whether they're happy, sad, whatever. That's all I want, is for the songs to get to the people who are going to be moved or inspired by them. That's it. It's that simple.
Well, I think you have one pulled up, right,
Of course I do.
Claire? The song, the single, which is called.
Dense Water, Deeper Down by Sinead O'Connor.
Okay. Here's Helen O'Shea. Let it rip.
Oh, he's dense water deeper down. He makes me forget everything my mother wants. I think about him gentle touch made me scream out loud. Oh, his wicked kiss left me feeling and he's the only love I ever missed. Dance water deeper down. Dance water deeper. Dance water deeper down. Dance water deeper. Dance water. Dance water. Dance water deeper down. Dance water. Dance
Well, thank you for that very much.
Anytime. Just do my job.
Producer Claire here with me, at least for now.
True.
She could walk out at any moment. She could just.
It's always an option.
That's correct. Very true.
Keeps you on your toes.
I can't even feel my toes.
That's true. This
Hey,
is
you can
true.
open the Jameson jacket.
That's true. And on a good day, he doesn't.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Now, why are you looking at me like that?
I never know what's going to come out of your mouth. It's like getting
Join
on
the
a roller
club.
coaster. You know those huge roller coasters that I would never get on? That's what a Danny Coleman show is like. You have no clue what's coming next. It's going to be a drop, or you're going up, or turning sideways.
Try being me.
I'll just let you know something right now. I have no clue what's coming.
This is true.
I just go with it. Well, this much I do know. If you're just tuning in, I have Helen O'Shea, Brielle Brown, and Marc Swersky in studio. Brielle's recent album called
In Art and Soil the Same.
was just released in May.
June
Or June.
On your birthday.
Oh, no, that's right. June 27th.
7th, yeah.
Right. And Helen's album, which is called,
Songs in the Key of O.
will be released in March of 26. But you're going to drib and drab some singles out of which what we just heard was one of them.
Cascade.
We use the phrase waterfall, Danny.
Cascade.
We don't use drib and drab as rock stars. We use the
it
term
sounds-
waterfall.
Or Cascade. Much better name, she said.
I said Cascade.
I know. And
Then I
you said
realized
drip
that's-
drab.
Then I realized that's like a dishwasher detergent. I thought maybe I shouldn't say that.
Well, drip drab is better.
Wait, no, oh, that's
sponsor,
Jib
maybe.
Jab, where they put your face on an elf at
Oh,
Christmas
that's
time.
completely different.
Never mind.
Gosh.
Yeah, sorry, I
Oh,
was.
man.
Can you imagine me being confused? Because I was.
Yes, I can imagine.
Now, Mr. Swersky,
Uh-oh.
you have worked with both of these ladies. And
And I'm still here.
yes,
It's a
Barely.
miracle. It's a miracle. It's a little miracle.
you're. Oh, thought she was. Last week, I can't even tell you. Last week, she waved at me. Only used one finger. I was shocked and appalled. I almost went in my truck and cried. And you've seen me cry.
Yes, but that just proved to me what a sensitive human being you are, and that's why we all love you.
Now you got to tell everybody that. Now I'm going to get beat up for my lunch money.
You told people that you cried.
Well,
I'm just
He
telling
didn't
you
have
how
to tell him.
lovely
He
you are.
sobbed right on the air.
meanwhile, back at Rock On Radio. So you've worked with now you had mentioned earlier, you and Brielle are married to each
Yes.
other.
We are.
We are.
Okay, maybe you're not married to each other. Maybe you're married to other people. I don't know.
We are.
Like that old Irish toast, right, Helen? To our wives and our girlfriends, may they never meet. You know, that was an old.
You're just incorrigible, and it's not even March.
True. This
He's
is
working
true.
up to it.
He
have to-
doesn't care.
I have to let it out in dribs and drabs.
Oh, good one. Jibs and jabs. While you're giving jibs and jabs at the same time. Yeah.
So, but now you've worked with, and I'm not even going to ask if there's a different approach because they're different artists. But you go home with one and you don't go home with the other. So, what is that?
Yes, Brielle gets special treatment, and we all know it.
I think
I don't know about that.
at least that's what I'm told.
Right now, I'm feeling like Maury Povich.
You
Yes,
are the
you
father.
are the husband.
You are the father.
That's right. So, I don't care which one of these two you look to first, but what's it like when you have to produce these wonderfully talented ladies?
I mean, it's completely different experiences across the board. I mean, they both have their own individual voices, individual points of view. I think they both have different things that they want to say and they need to say, how they want to say it. I think that you handle each individual scenario in its own way. I'm not, it's a tough thing. It's really kind of tough. It's to answer because I want to give, I don't go into a record giving 100%. I go into a record giving 1,000%. I will get to the bottom of what needs to be gotten to one way or another. And you hope that things go really quick. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have to, there's a lot of push and pull in the creative process. And, I have to say with Brielle, I honestly have to say when we're creating, it's not really that difficult. We just kind of just do it. I think as the years have gone on, once we're creating, we're kind of going to the same place almost at the same time. Like it's got to that point, and I think it was always that way from the first time we started writing with each other. It was like, this is kind of easy, and we don't jump in each other's lane either, which I think is something that's really important to understand. I know what I am really good at. I stay in that world. I try not to leave. I know when to put a little bit more in or everything, but you just do that. And with Helen, I had this, this woman come to me who just said, I need to do this. I want to do this. And, and can you help me? And will and can you help me? And it's been this journey. And through every record, I see the growth. But, I knew we would get to a point where everything would start turning. And the last record we did prior to this one, which had songs, was Sturdy Soul's record, is when everything started shifting. And that was a whole nother, it was like, okay, now we could start taking the steps forward and going to the place we're going to get to. But at the end of it, it's not about me. I'm not the artist. She's the artist. She's the artist. What do you guys want? And I'm just here to try to help them get that. And if I have to be upfront about it, I will. And if I have to lay back about it, I will. I think they both have points of view, and you just have to let them speak and let them be the person. I'm not this producer that's going to sit there and say, I'm going to do everything. You're going to sit in front of me. I'm going to play every instrument. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's not about that. It's about creating an environment that they can feel like they could be the best that they can be. So with both records, that's what we did with both of their records.
You know, we talked a little bit, you, Jack, and I, last a month ago already now, about the importance of session guys when I came to Dopey. And I know that you guys, Jack's crew of session guys, are all pretty much the same guys.
I believe we use the same musicians except for different guitar players.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how does that, Brielle? How do you find that as somebody with your background and everything? Are you happy to just go in and say, "Okay, great guys, go for it," or there's certain things that you may or may not want to see different?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, obviously, you have to have the right people in the room, right? And it's not just about how they play. For me, it's about their energy and their spirit. And is there a connection in the room? And with these particular musicians, these particular guys and gals, they have just the most loving, open, wonderful energy, and people that I've known for years, and then people that I just met, a few years ago doing this album. And a big part of it for me is like trust, and you have to, I as an artist have to be open to trusting the people that I put in the room, or else why would I put them in the room? And it's the same for anybody you're working with, graphic designers or directors or anybody. You vet them and you hire the right person, and then you have to let them be an artist. And so it's not for me to say, play this note, play that note. I mean, obviously if something's really bothering me, I'll say it. But for me, it's more about telling them about the song, telling them about the feeling that I want to create, telling the story behind it, and then letting it go where it goes. And, we cut the record, the band was in the studio for 2 days, and we did,
9 songs.
We did, well, there's 2 with just the 2 of us, so we did the 8 songs. And
we did one of the songs during the...
8 or 9 songs, in the 2 days. And it was because we just went there. We talked about it. We just got in the room, and they just played, and we just, we followed each other.
And I want to say something. Both songs that you heard today, Blessing and Dense Water, it's a rare thing to say. It's really rare to say it. Heard the song, I laid out, we're going to kind of go this way. This is where we're going to end up with this. Rob, you're going to play organ on this. The guitar player, I want you to do this. I always overdub the bass because I play bass on most of the records. I played the guitar, and this whole song, Brielle's song Blessing, was built around a guitar part. The drummer, Aaron Comas from Spin Doctors, who's also a dear friend of all of ours, I make sure when I'm recording, he can see me. And that whole song was literally, Brielle was on the microphone, Aaron was watching me. I taught them the song once, first take. Wow. And even to the fact where Brielle tried to beat the vocal, and she couldn't beat it. She used the original tracking vocal. And the only overdubs that happened on that song were the background vocalist coming in.
And Anthony
Almonte. He played djembe. And Michelle Moore, both who are part of the East Street Choir, came in. And literally even the background vocal parts, Brielle was like, I want this, this, and this. And you blinked and it was done. Now, let's fast forward to Dense Water. Same exact thing.
No, it's not the same. And I'm going to tell you why. This is very important. I do not have Brielle Brown's background. So in my situation, there's a lot of people like me who don't have Brielle's background. I come in a different way, and I have to implicitly trust this guy here on my left. I put all my trust in Marc. And Marc will say to the guys, this here, that here, what Brielle says herself. That's the importance of having a wonderful producer that you can trust, that you're laying down your art or whatever to whatever he says. Aaron, we need this. Rob, we need this. And he'll always say to me, Helen, what do you think? Helen, what do you think? And I would say 99 times out of 100, it's like spot on and better than I could have possibly hoped for. So there is that's a big difference between you and I. She has the background. I was in medicine and came into music, and I found this guy by some miracle, and that's why I'm sitting here today.
Thank you. I have more money in my other pocket for you, too. But I just want to say on Dense Water, it was very similar. I talked to the guys about it. As I said to you, Claire, said to Rob, we're going, reminiscent of Leon Russell, Joe Cocker. We're going there. He went right to the piano. The guys knew what we were going to do.
They're so gifted.
They knew what we were going to do. We have this thing with each other. Taught him once. Said, Jack, let's go. Cut it. It was done. One take. One take. So both of the music that you're hearing from both of these songs, there's a reason why there's a spirit, and it's an innocent spirit, because nobody's overthinking it. We literally captured a vibe, which is not missing in all the music these days, but it's missing in an awful lot of it. And it's about a spirit. It's whether you want to call them session musicians or anything, I think that, as you told you in the studio, we have about 8 guys, 2 different drummers, 2 different guitar players, 2 different keyboard players, and then a smattering of a couple other people. They play on a lot of the records that we do, because there's a chemistry and a spirit behind it. Going back
and a language that's not a language. Like you
don't
look
even
at
need
them.
to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
we're at that place right now. And for me, the key is I have to look at Aaron, or I have to look at our other drummer, Avi. I just have to look at them. While we're tracking, as long as I can see them and they can see me, they can feel where I'm going, because they can see how my arm moves, or how my shoulder moves, or how my head is moving. And it's just like this. And they're like that. The thing at the end of Blessing, when you listen to that song, that big crash, I literally mouthed to Aaron, John Bonham. I wanted that big Zeppelin, crazy downbeat crash that went somewhere else. We didn't know that was happening. We had no idea, but it happened. On Dense Water, when that whole end of the song came up, it turned into a rave. There was no 5 vocalists singing on it. It was just telepath to know that was going to be where that was going to go, and we cut it like that. They came in and just put the icing on top of it, but they also felt the spirit. That's the key.
We actually said that we felt Sinead in the room. We thought that she was really happy with what we did, so I hope that's true. But it was very respectful of her, the whole vibe that day. And I for sure felt her spirit in the room.
Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here, along with Brielle Brown, Marc Swersky, and Helen O'Shea. And let's do another one off of Brielle's record. What would you like us to play?
Something that hasn't been played? What do you think?
Let It Rip hasn't been played.
and may never be.
Old Lessons in a New World, maybe?
What?
Old Lessons in a New World?
I would say that, or Beautiful Resistance.
We
played that one.
We played it on the last time we had it. So.
So you know what? Old Lessons in a New World.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay, you want to talk about it?
Do I want to talk about it?
Talk about
Sure,
how
I'll
they
talk
hang
about it.
together, how it all hangs together.
I mean, this song is kind of, it comes later in the album, but it's kind of a little bit of the glue of it, because I think the meaning of the whole album is really old lessons in a new world. And I took a lot from my learning during a fellowship that I was in, where we were studying sacred text and how to use that sacred text to bring it into a modern lens and to help be more compassionate, more just, better conflict, better in conflict resolution. And this song is really just about, I think, looking at life from the edges and along the margins and the nuance of life. So
It's an old lesson in a new world.
It's yeah.
There you go.
Old lessons in a new world, in the heart, in the flesh, in a song I heard, around the edge, in the space I've learned, is the root, the seed in a sea of light, the land between the live and die. If we rid the grief from the lullaby, will it remember the fern and the jade, the mess that we made, little hands, dewy trees? I was here, will you remember me? In this life we lead, no winners won, so I hope you know the clouds, not just the sun, and around the edge, in the space, that's love, that's love. In the bone, in the ash, in the way we cry, in the laughter after that first goodbye, when we rid the grief from the lullaby, will we remember the fern and the jade, the mess that we made, little hands, dewy trees? I was here, you and me. Will you remember? Will you remember? Will you remember? Will you remember? Ooh, hey, hey. Remember. Ooh, hey, hey. Remember. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Remember.
There we go. We're back. Rather eventful, but we have returned
Sorry.
to the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment for yet another Rock on Radio. So, I had like 20 things go through my head while we were talking about all that, but now I can't remember what.
Drib and drab them out.
They just dribbed in this ear and drabbed out that ear because the space is hollow in between, Mr. Mark.
Well, it was interesting what you were talking about during the break about, singles and when you release them and how many. I mean, I think that's something interesting for any artist that's listening.
True.
What the thought is behind it.
You know what? I forgot that. What is your website, Helen? We never got to
Oh,
that.
It's
What is your
Instagram.
I have a new website now because I have a new brand person here right beside me. HelenO'SheaOfficial.com.
Correct.
Thank you. Brielle's helping me with all this stuff.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah.
Coming soon. There you go.
And then you have your Instagram and your Facebook and all your other stuff.
Everything's at Helen O'Shea Music.
Okay.
And my Instagram is very interesting these days because I have a lot of help from my brand consultant, Brielle Brown. Brielle Brown is trying to teach me with very little success how to do a carousel post, so that she's trying to break me of my lifetime habit of, the collages that I do.
Yes.
With the names of the people in the collages. She's like, no more collages. Just need to put the picture up.
That's
if you
an
have more than
Instagram
one
thing.
picture. She sounds like, I never said this to you, so I hope you're not going to kill me. But when she's talking to me like in her slow voice, like I'm not getting it, she sounds like the Progressive ad. You know the Progressive ad?
Don't become your parents.
You don't. No. He's going to light the fire by himself. No. What did we talk about yesterday? Yeah,
We all see it. We all
said
see it.
we're
Look
not
away.
we're not going to do black and white anymore. We talked about this. Do you remember when we talked about this? So I never said it to Brielle, but I was like, oh my God, here comes the Progressive ad. And I was like, I was pressing the button on this one black and white picture, and I made it black and white because I looked like 10 pounds lighter in black and white. So I'm pressing the button on Instagram. And I'm like, oh my God, she's going to kill me. Press. So yeah, it's an awful lot of fun, and I'm learning an awful lot. But yeah, I thought that was interesting what Brielle was saying about the singles and the EPs and stuff. You know,
Go ahead.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about releasing, 2 singles or 3 singles, or releasing many more singles leading up to an EP or an album. And I was saying, with the digital streaming world, it's all about, unfortunately, triggering the algorithm over and over and over. And the more you feed the platforms like Spotify, the more the algorithm will favor you and will bring more listeners to you because you're, feeding them. So, so I think a lot of bands, will have a 5-song EP and they'll release the whole EP. They'll release all of the singles off the EP, and then they'll release the EP as a whole. Just because the more you give it, the more it, it's supposed to give back. It doesn't always.
It doesn't always work
that way.
No.
Right,
And
right,
it's
right.
frustrating.
Yes, it's very frustrating.
And it also can take time to work, though.
Yes.
You have to, like I said before, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We have an artist that we work with now that we've been putting music out for a while, and all of a sudden, it's been growing. There's no question about it. But last week it was like, what the heck just happened? And 40,000 streams in a day.
Wow.
And then Monday, 76,000 streams in a day.
On one song.
On one song. Yeah. And what happened is just somewhere or another, with all the releases we've been doing, the algorithm got a hold of it. And it put it on Discover Weekly. And then the next thing you know, you search a little bit and you see it's up on TikTok and people are starting to use it. And that's what you're hoping, really you're hoping for that. Because to put out a record right now, if you can't put anything behind it, whether it's 50 cents, $1, $10, $100, more times than not in this world, it's going to be a tree in a forest is going to fall and nobody's going to hear it. And that's really, really, really frustrating. And I also like to say, please don't use these 3 letters, ROI. Those 3 letters are not, they are
not gonna
allowed
happen.
in the history
You're in the
of
wrong
the
business.
music. You're in the wrong business music. It can't mean anything, but every song that you create, it doesn't make a difference. You can put it out on Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Nobody's going to hear it. But miraculously on Friday, somebody hears it. And then by the beginning of the next week, it keeps growing. It keeps growing. But you have to, we also feed the algorithm, feed what it's about. And I'm sorry, you never know when a song is going to catch on. And it may never catch on, but you never know when it will catch on. And that's the process of it. So going back to it, you have 2 artists here. They want to see it explode, but the art comes first.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's the most important thing I think that artists need to know, especially independent artists that might not have all of the experience, when they meet with marketing companies or distribution companies and they say, oh, you have to release a song every 6 weeks. And then the artist doesn't have the body of work yet. They might not have the EP or the album. So then they're frantically trying to write things and put things together that really don't feel like them, things that they don't want to write because they feel pressured to release a song every 6 weeks. So I always say, like, it's very backwards. Like, you have to stop for a second. You have to figure out what your perspective is as an artist, what you want to write about, and the story that you want to tell. And you go and you write it. And then you can release. Then you can form a strategy and a plan. But before you have that album, it's impossible. So I think that, that's the missing step because, marketers have nothing to market without the songs. Publicists have nothing to publicize. Distributions have nothing to distribute. So they're all telling release, 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 release. But as an artist, you have to have an advocate with you that empowers you to say, no, we're going to stop and we're going to release when we're ready to release.
Because it's not only the song, Brielle, it's the story.
Yes.
And most artists don't know what their story is.
They don't.
As much as I've lived life and had some little bit of a clue of what I was trying to do, the way that working with you was like, they say about if you haven't had kids, you've lived life in black and white and then suddenly it's in colour. Working with Brielle for me was like working in colour, no pun intended. She doesn't like my
Do
black
away
and
with
white
the black and white.
but it was like I didn't know what I didn't know. You know what I mean? You don't know what you don't know until you cross paths with somebody like Brielle who knows and, as Marc said, has the third eye and goes, I know exactly what you need. Like you said that to me the first day. I'm like, I just met this girl. How does she know what I need? And she was absolutely right. Like laser pointed. We need this asset, that, and we're still working on them and it's going great. But the story has to be there before you go out to tell it or people are not going to be interested.
Well, we have. What are we allowed? Are we allowed to play anything? What do we?
I'm not the controller.
Oh, that's the A&R. Let me ask the A&R. Do we want to play? I mean, I've got older Helen music.
What about the one for my father?
Yeah, I would play that.
Man in a Million.
Man in a
Yeah.
Million.
We also played that last week, but
You know
it's
what,
up to
Helen?
you.
Yeah, Helen, play something. You know
He
what?
says
Play one of
we
yours.
can play a song. So we should play the one that's coming out in August. That would be a real treat for the listeners. The one we wrote for Dolores. No, you're thinking Cage Birds. What are you thinking?
I think one of yours. One of either ones with the Carlisle or
Yeah, that's
or
a great one.
or Chaos with
With Michelle.
or with Michelle.
Shine is with Michelle.
Yeah, why don't you play Shine?
That's ours.
Yeah.
Okay, so this song is not going to be coming out as a single, at least before the album comes out. But it's a very special song. And I don't know if I told you, but I called the Teach Rock people, Bill, and I need to call him back. Because when Michelle Moore, I'm always afraid, I keep calling her Michelle Malone, I don't know why. But when the lovely Michelle Moore, who I was introduced to by Brielle and Marc, came in to sing on this with me, we both looked at each other in the studio, and she has an older daughter and I have an older daughter, and we were like, kids need to hear this song. Like, she was totally enamored with the song. So I said to her, maybe we should reach out to Teach Rock and see if there's any way that they can use it in their programs, So we haven't followed up with that. I know Bill is expecting a call back from me, which will come soon. But because it's not one of the singles, I haven't really gotten behind it yet. But it's a song that I wrote about, life is not always easy. What do you do when things are not going your way? And the message of the song is it takes courage to fail and for wisdom to prevail. And in the bridge is the real message, you're not crazy and you'll get through this because you're amazing and you can do this. So it's really uplifting. And I wrote it for teenagers, a particular teenager who was going through a very hard time at the time that I wrote the song. Then Marc, of course, had to do his Marc surgery on it to make it into a proper song. But anyway, Marc surgery. But the song is called Shine, and this is its debut, and it won't be
radio
heard.
debut
Radio
here.
debut.
And it will not be heard again until the new year. So this
And-
is very special.
World premiere.
It features Michelle Moore and Michelle
From the East Strait
from the
Choir
East Street
again.
Choir, and it was It was an amazing experience watching the two of them
She was wonderful.
work through this song.
She was absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
And we were directed by, of course, Mr. Swersky here. Oh, and I should say that Michelle and Brielle and my daughter Lauren provide all the backing vocals on the album. So that's
Oh,
my
nice.
that's my beautiful backing crew or whatever you want to call it. I'm absolutely blessed to have Brielle, Michelle, and Lauren O'Shea.
You know, you made a mistake. What? Mr. Dribs and Drab should have sang on the record.
Oh Lord! Next record, Jack.
Yeah, that would have been a mistake.
Danny.
Jameson.
Next record, Danny. When we do the Jemison sessions, we'll have you come in.
Oh.
You think I'm kidding, Swersky?
Don't
You
encourage
think
him.
I'm kidding? I'm
I
not
don't think you're
kidding.
kidding.
You know damn well I'm not kidding.
And will it happen? Will
Is
it
damn
happen
a
at-
bad
will it
word in
happen at
America?
Doug
You're
Deep?
fine.
I think
happened
that's
at Doug Deep?
wonderful.
Oh, where else? There is no other place.
The Jameson sessions at Doug Deep.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I tell you, that'll be a hoolie.
Oh.
Oh, holy. Holy.
All right, well, here's this song called
Shine.
Raindrops fall into the ground. Wind swept, blowing all around. What if the rainbow falls apart? Shine your light, drive the darkness out of sight. Time to fight for what is right. It takes courage to fail and for wisdom to prevail. Till then, just show up and shine. Teardrops streaming down your face. Wind chimes feeling out of place. But when your rainbow falls apart, shine your light, drive the darkness out of sight. Time to fight for what is right. It takes courage to fail and for wisdom to prevail. Till then, just show up and shine. Hey, you're not crazy and you'll get through this. 'Cause you're amazing and you can do this. Shine your light, drive the darkness out of sight. Time to fight for what is right. It takes courage to fail and for wisdom to prevail. Till then, just show up. Till then, just show up. Till then, just show up and shine. Just shine.
Helen O'Shea.
Oh, my face hurts.
For those watching on radio, you should know that we're sitting here.
Oh my God.
We look like all of us are having spasms. Eyes twitching, trying
I have a pain in my face. Right now.
trying to get the twitching eye that Brielle has when she looks at Helen.
No, it's a very special look, Danny. Like, it's not a joke even. When I'm sitting in front of her, whether we're on Zoom or in a personal meeting, and I say something, Brielle, what about if we did blah blah blah? And when I see this look, it's a very specific look for me.
When her eye twitches.
It happens in a millisecond, and then she covers it up. But I've already seen it, so I'm like, no, Brielle, it's okay. I know that's a really bad idea because it's like, what?
Guys, you have to understand, I get that about 400 times a day. I go like this, and it comes out. So it's okay. Oh, I know. You don't think I know?
It's so funny, though. It's so funny.
Look, I feel your pain, Brielle, having to deal with individuals that.
Thank you.
Well, that was.
I'm not saying that because I really don't deal with them that much. I've never had bad dealings with them. Those two, but I don't work on an intense level like you do with them. No.
Oh, man.
I make it easy.
Oh, you, on the other hand.
How about
Do you have an eye twitch as well?
Oh,
No?
well, yeah.
When it comes to Danny, you
Yeah,
definitely.
no, you know what she has? She has
dancing.
She has this spontaneous reflex. That's what happens when
when she does the one finger wave you were talking about.
Yeah, how about
Yes.
how about Shine though? How beautiful is Shine?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Stunning.
World
Loved it.
premiere.
Yes.
how much time do we have left, producer Claire, by the way?
12 minutes.
Okay, we get time for another Brielle tune.
We
too, in
do,
a few
and I am
minutes.
testing it out as we speak. Heart of the Matter we talked about, right? So that's
the one?
is that what we were?
I got.
Helen wants me to
Brielle-
play this one.
I'm
so
testing this so
Well,
that
you
I
know
can-
what?
Let's do it.
But hold on, can I say something? Danny loves it,
let's do
Danny
it.
loves it.
and if Danny loves it, Danny doesn't like a lot.
I don't even like me. When Don Henley put Heart of the Matter out
Yeah.
back in 80 or 81, whatever it was,
A
right?
good friend of mine played drums on that.
Oh, yeah, who's that?
Stan Lynch from Tom.
Oh,
Petty and
Stan
Heartbreakers.
Lynch played.
Good friend.
Why wouldn't Henley play drums on his own?
Didn't play drums on any of his records.
No kidding.
Only the Eagles stuff. Stan played drums and pretty much the first two records he played all the drums.
I didn't know you were that tight with. I mean, I know you knew Stan
Yeah, I
Lynch.
know
I didn't know you
Stan
were
really
that
well.
tight.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to bring him in here now. Call him up.
Good luck.
But when he first put that out, I was I can't remember. There was something going on in my life where I was very angry about several things, and I can't remember whether it was I was dumped or maybe it was death or something. Somebody died that kind of. But I heard that tune. And I realized, when you carry that anger, it really does eat you up inside. And not that I'm some Zen master now, but I'll tell you, there's a lot less that bothers me now. Of course, I was only in my early 20s back then, so I had a little more fire in my belly instead of
And now it's
visceral
just
fat.
embers, just embers now.
Yeah,
Is that what we're calling it?
Wow. But I remember that song and how smart it really was, why let somebody else eat you up inside? Just let it go. I mean, and what was he did? Even if you don't love me anymore, okay. You know what? Good luck to you. Don't whatever. And go. Don't harbor it. So when I saw that, I thought, wonder if it's the same one.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, cool.
Yeah, we definitely took a different angle on it. I think what we did is, in talking to Brielle, we approached it almost like an Al Green song. It's very much like a Memphis soul song.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, I think we rehearsed it once, got it. Brielle talked about it and said, I like this, I don't like that, and we just went and we just did it, and it went down. It went down really easy. So, and I think that spirit is in the track. And then, to be honest with you, when Anthony and Michelle ended up on it, it became a gospel song.
Anthony
Almonte, who's also the percussionist in the E Street Band, and it became a gospel song. Really, is what it is.
Okay. So you, what made you pick that one?
It's so, I never thought about recording that song ever. And one day I was listening to it and I just thought, God, that second verse is just brilliant. And the one thing that I really love about songwriting in general is taking something personal and opening it up to something that's universal. And I think that song is kind of like a master class in that, where it starts with a personal first verse and then opens it up to how do we solve the problems of the world in the second.
Well,
And-
let's get to it
Yeah.
because Claire just gave me the.
Oh, with the finger.
Well, she gave me multiple
I
fingers.
gave you all
that time.
5 of them.
This is Brielle Brown off the album called.
In Art and Soil, the same.
The song is called.
Heart of the matter.
I got the call today, didn't want to hear, but I knew that it would come. No true friend of ours was talking on the phone. She said you found someone, and I thought of all the bad luck and the trouble we went through, how I lost me and you lost you. What are these voices outside love's open door? Make us throw off our contentment, beg for something more. I'm learning to live without you now, but I miss you sometimes. The more I know, the less I understand all the things I thought I knew. I'm learning again. I've been trying to get down to the heart of the matter, but my will gets weak, and my thoughts seem to scatter. But I think it's about forgiveness, forgiveness, even if you don't love me anymore. These times are so uncertain. There's a yearning undefined, and people filled with rage. We all need a little tenderness. How can love survive in such a graceless age? Trust and self-assurance that lead to happiness, they're the very things we kill, I guess. And pride and competition cannot fill these empty arms, and the work I put between us, it doesn't keep me warm. I'm learning to live without you now, but I miss you, baby. The more I know, the less flesh will get weak, and the ashes will scatter. So I'm thinking about forgiveness, yeah. Forgiveness, even if you don't love me. Forgiveness, 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 Father, forgiveness, 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 forgiveness,
I heard that completely differently now.
There we go. Brielle Brown, Heart of the Matter,
So-
off her new album called.
In art and soil the same.
I keep throwing that to you because
You'll never.
I'll
yeah, I
never
get it.
get. It'll come out. Let it rip.
I get
Okay, I'm just saying. Have you ever done radio before, Brielle?
I have not.
Oh, well, it's nothing like this. Let me just, for the most part. Websites and everything again?
BrielleBrownCreative.com and at Brielle Brown on Instagram. I might be at Brielle Brown Music somewhere else, but Instagram is the main one. You
Okay.
can find me there.
And your album's out on all the
All the platforms, everywhere.
usual suspects?
The usual suspects.
And maybe vinyl one day. Maybe vinyl.
We will do a vinyl, yes. Might take me as long as it takes to put together a full band show. But
See how things come full circle here? Good. Helen, your album is out in March of 2026,
March 6th,
but you're dribbing and drabbing,
we're waterfalling the singles.
cascading.
Cascading the singles, and we want every song on this album to have its moment in the sun.
And how can they find you, Helen?
They can find me coming soon at HelenO'SheaOfficial.com, and on Instagram I'm at Helen O'Shea Music, and Facebook Helen O'Shea Music.
Okay.
They're mainly what I use.
And you have multiple albums out, so they can find
Yeah.
them all over the place.
They're all
Correct.
over the place. Yeah.
What do you have going on, Mr. Swersky at Dug Deep?
I'm going home to paint. Oh, I painted the deck already. I'm going home. No, I don't know. I dug deep. Dug Deep's got a new lounge that looks amazing.
It was under construction when
looks
I was
great.
there a month ago. So
Looks
I,
great. Yeah, I just got an artist coming over soon from Australia to do another record.
Mr. Butcher?
No.
Oh, a different one?
Another one.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's coming over. Just various projects coming up, and
coming back.
he's coming.
Oh yeah.
Various projects coming up and coming
That
back.
was one of the questions I asked him and Jack about, how do you say it, recidivism? A good thing we're out of time.
Yeah. I'm pulling the plug.
Reciprocation? I don't know. I'm just-
Well,
You may never know. I don't think he knows.
Let it rip.
Recidivism,
The
right?
word of the day is germination.
That's my
Let
word.
it rip.
Woo, let it rip.
It's been an evening.
Well, thank you for making the trip to the hinterlands and driving these ladies up
It
here.
was my pleasure.
Crazy.
Driving the ladies. That was my job. Driving
Yes,
them
that's
crazy once I got here. Like, don't ever ask me to do that again. Sound like Peter Brady. Pork chops and applesauce. But
Wow.
Brielle, Helen, Mark, thank you so much. Man.
Thank you.
for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
Thank you, Claire. And Danny,
you.
thank you for all you do for us musicians. We love you.
Well, thank you for
love you too.
the
The
Complimentary.
Jameson.
complimentary
Jemison.
bottle of Jemison. Next week, we have a surprise guest.
I think it's so. We'll be surprised.
Yes, we will. We even will surprise ourselves. Until next week, rock on!